Today in the information age, tribal customs are widely thought to be ancient history. But for cultures all over the world, traditions that may seem like relics of a forgotten age are still very much a part of day-to-day life. These are the 8 most bizarre cultural practices still used today. Endo-cannibalism, a practice of the Yanomami tribe of the Amazon. After someone has died, members of the tribe eat their flesh. The corpse is often wrapped in leaves where insects are allowed to pick their flesh. About a month later, the bones are collected from the ground up and turned into a base for a banana soup which the whole tribe eats. A year after death, the ashes of the fallen tribe member are consumed, again in a soup that is made of plantains. This tribe actually believes that this ritual ensures that the souls of their deceased find their way to the afterlife. Ashura. For many Shiites, Ashura is observed in commemoration of the death of Imam Hussein, one of the grandsons of the Prophet Muhammad. Hussein, as well as his many comrades, were stuck in the head with daggers. Today, in order to absolve themselves of sin, select men join a procession and repeat the act of Ashura, striking themselves in the heads with daggers. During this painful ritual, these men, as well as others, spill their blood to represent their absence in the saving of Imam Hussein. Body modification. We see body modification every day in tattoos and piercings. For many cultures around the world, body modification is taken to the extreme. In Africa, the Mursi, Chai, and the Terma tribes are renowned for their practice of lip stretching. Starting with a half-inch plug, members of the tribe slowly stretch their lips by placing incrementally larger discs in the piercing made in their lips, often not stopping until they are able to stretch to a 4-inch disc. This practice can take years, and the world record has been set to an astonishing 7.7-inch disc. For the tribes of Papua, in New Guinea, crocodile scarification is a form of body modification seen as the rite of passage. The ritual involves cutting flesh in a way that leaves the skin looking like the scales of a crocodile. The whole cutting process can take weeks, with a few more weeks of healing time to follow. In most cases, the boys undergoing this ceremony are not only cut, but insulted as well. This ceremony is meant not only to toughen their bodies, but their minds too. Perhaps the most notable form of tribal body modifications are neck rings. In Burma, the women of the Kayon start wearing neck collars as young girls. As they grow, more rings are placed around their neck, making their neck appear stretched. For some, the lifetime practice can result in upwards of 20 rings when it's all said and done. Common misconceptions of this practice include that the process actually physically stretches the neck, or that the women can never take their rings off without the loss of their lives, as their necks would no longer be able to hold the weight of their own heads. This, in fact, is false. Rather than stretching the neck, the tribal custom actually pushes down on the shoulders and lowers their collarbones of its participants. Baby tossing. In Maharashtra, India, it is common practice to toss newborn babies from the side of a 15-meter temple. While this sounds horrifying, people line the temple to make sure that the child has a safe journey. This practice is meant to enrich the life of the child, continuing through adulthood with good luck. It is also believed that this ritual leads to increased intelligence. Finger cutting. Practiced by the Dani tribe of Indonesia, finger cutting is used as a form of mourning. During funeral services, members of the tribe, most typically females, wrap their fingers with strings for 30 minutes. After they feel loss of circulation to that area, the tips of the fingers are being removed. The cut-off finger bits are then being cremated, and the ashes are being smeared across the faces of ceremonial participants, along with clay as a symbol of grief. Other beliefs on finger cutting point to the ceremony being used as a symbol of pain. The participants put themselves through physical pain as an expression of their grief and a symbol of pain they feel for their fallen family members. In some extreme cases, mothers can even be found biting off the tips of their newborn's fingers in hopes that setting their child apart will cause them to live longer than the other children. The living dead. In South Sulawesi, Indonesia, the shamans of the Toraja have been known to exhume the dead. It is believed that the practice is a way of ensuring that the deceased make it to the afterlife. After being exhumed, the person must be returned to the village they were born in. The fear is that the soul will never reach paradise if they are wandering around in an unfamiliar territory. During this time, the family members wash the descendants' clothes and clean out their coffin. After this, they are paraded through the village in a ceremony of respect. To make sure that the soul of the dead is easily accessible by the guardians of the afterlife, the tribe places the coffins in an open hole dug on the side of a limestone cliff. If a child dies, their coffins are hung from ropes by the edge of the same cliffs. Ancient tribal belief is that the funeral march was more a literal term and that the dead, once resurrected, were reanimated for a short period of time by the shaman. During that time, the living dead could only achieve basic motor functions like walking. For the younger people of Toraja, this is not believed today, but their elders assure them that these myths are true. Coincidentally, it is believed that similar ceremonies led to the bubonic plague and to the death of over 200 million people. Brazilian ant gloves. As part of the rites of passage to become a warrior, the Satare Mawe tribe of Brazil has an impressive custom of placing their hands inside gloves that are filled with bullet ants, the most venomous and painful ants in the world. The goal of initiates is to last for 10 minutes with their hands inside the gloves. As if that weren't brutal enough, the practice must be repeated a total of 20 times before the initiate is welcomed into the ranks of warriors. The initiation ceremony can take years. The bite of a bullet ant is known to modern doctors as some of the worst pains a person can ever experience. After each attempt with the gloves, it is said that the participants' hands and arms are left numb due to the amount of venom coursing through their veins. They are also known to shake uncontrollably, sometimes for days. A layer of charcoal is smeared on the initiate's hands before they put on the gloves as a means of confusing the ant and lowering its inhibitions to sting. But this precaution seems more like a placebo than a reality. The Vegetarian Festival of Phuket. Held over a 9-day period, the Vegetarian Festival of Phuket is a celebration of the abstinence of meat and a variety of stimulants. It is believed that this abstinence, observed on a 9-month of the Chinese calendar, will lead to good health and good fortune. During the festival, a number of extreme ceremonies are held which include firewalking and body piercing, with the most harrowing being the use of knives, skewers, and other sharp household items to use to impale the skin of the cheeks. It is believed that these ceremonies will bring its participants good favor and protection of the gods. The festival itself has been known to cause some serious bodily harm. In 2011 alone, 74 people were treated for injuries, and 1 person did not survive the ritual. Now, these ceremonies may seem like something out of the movies, but they often serve as a reminder of how diverse planet Earth actually is in its people, cultures, religions, and its practices. Still, the practices that seem normal to us may seem just as bizarre to them as their practices are to us. And that's how you rotate reality. Thank you for all your subscriptions. If you haven't done so, please do. You'll be the first one to be notified about what's going on in our twisted, rotated reality minds. See you next video.